Welcome to the Optimize Monthly Snapshot. I'm David Ferreira, Portfolio Manager with Optimize, and for this snapshot, we'll update you on the moves in the markets over the past month, provide some highlights from our portfolios, and touch on some of the opportunities we see on the horizon. We've had a very strong start to the year with a ton of data to digest for the month of April. We saw first quarter earnings push sentiment higher, a broadening out of the equity rally, and economic data that showed strength both in North America and abroad. Zooming in a bit to some of the success we found this month, financials were a strong performer in our portfolios as large banks continued to benefit from higher interest rates. Portfolio holdings Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and HSBC contributed to portfolio gains, all up nearly double digits on the month. The backdrop remains very favorable for the financial sector, and we remain positive in our outlook given the current market environment. On the corporate earnings front, we saw some great performance across the board. 78% of S&P 500 participants beat earnings expectations, with nearly 60% beating revenue expectations as well, a tremendous start to the year from an earnings perspective. Looking at some of the economic data, April highlighted the strong economic footing in Canada and the US. Inflation figures continue to show cooling from last year's highs, and unemployment remained at historic lows. While rate cuts are still likely on the horizon, businesses and consumers have shown they can handle rates remaining higher for longer. Moving to our position spotlight for the month, we're touching on Iron Mountain, a long-term holding in the optimized portfolios. Though classified as a real estate investment trust, Iron Mountain's core focus lies in data storage, a sector that continues to demonstrate robustness in today's digital era. In their recent Q1 earnings report, they surpassed analyst expectations in both earnings and revenue. Year-over-year revenue has increased by 12.4%, propelled by strong performance in storage rental revenue and data center operations. We continue to be optimistic on Iron Mountain's business model as demand for data storage increases. Now, looking ahead to the balance of 2024 and beyond, here are some of the things our team is keeping an eye on. First off, we continue to find exciting opportunities in the US landscape relative to opportunities at home here in Canada. While we've maintained strong core US positions in the portfolios for several years, recent indicators pointed to a US economy that's outpacing Canada's, at least for the near term. With US annual GDP growth reaching 3.1% late last year, compared to Canada's 0.93%, we're reaffirmed in our expectations for this trend, but of course we continue to monitor economic growth closely for opportunities in the Canadian market. Furthermore, despite somewhat sticky inflation, we see a sign of a robust US economy where high interest rates are unable to dampen strong demand. We're taking advantage of opportunities in US equities to capitalize on this outperformance. And that's all for today's monthly market snapshot. It was an exciting month with some positive momentum heading into May. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next month.